Hi there, so I'm still uploading videos of my 1 week training in the vocational center I told you about, and here is one other product we made, and that is the feather hand fan. So I'm going to be showing you how we made it, so sit back and enjoy the ride. Here are the items we made use of. Now this is your hand fan skeleton. Now your hand fan skeleton, depending on how wide you want your hand fan is, that is how you will place the glue. If you want it very small, you place it closer together. Now because we want it to be like a semicircle, we're going to be gluing the edges of the hand fan skeleton. Keep watching and learning. So you start from the first stick. Be careful to ensure that you don't miss anyone. Go from one stick to the next till you reach the last stick. You glue them at the edges if you want it semicircle. Sorry about the movement around. I didn't carry my ring lights on this day, so it was one of the students that was videoing. So please do pardon the shaky. Once that's done, the next thing you want to do is use your uhu gum and put all around the stick, the top part, because that's the first part you're going to cover. So you're going to be putting it steadily all around. Keep watching and learning. Okay, once you're done with that, you would wait a little bit before you place your material on it. Now the material you need is just half yard, and I will show you how to manage it so the half yard is just enough. So once it has dried a bit, then you place your material on it and start from the first place you put the glue to the last place, spreading your hands as you can see me do. Take note, if you place the material on top on time, then you will see the gum stains, and if you're not going to cover the back, gum stains will be shown and you don't want that. So the next thing you do is you take your scissors and follow the pattern of the hand fan skeleton and cut it neatly around like you see me do. Keep watching and learning. Now I have this other hand fan design that I started by making the skeleton itself. You know, this one we made use of a ready-made skeleton, but this one I made the skeleton itself before I made this hand fan, and it's mainly used by bridesmaids, and I also have made it for a little girl's birthday. She used it for her birthday photo shoot. So in case you would like to learn how to make this, please do click on the Vendcraft Academy reception link you can find in the description and make a request for the bridal hand fan tutorial. Now once you're done with that part, you're going to follow the same process by putting glue all over the hand fan skeleton on the other side. Now can you see how I'm placing the material on top this time around to ensure that I make use of my half yard what's the word to put, you know the English word, let me know in the reception, the description, in the comments below, as in to make sure that you're using the what's that word, you're making use of your material well so that you have leftovers. What's that English word? Okay, now I'm going to cut it same way, following the pattern of the hand fan. Keep watching and learning. Okay, now this is one part you need to take note of. Now, before, the feathers that we buy, they come in the same length, and so you can just start placing it on your hand fan skeleton, your covered hand fan skeleton, like that. But now the ones we have, I don't know whether it's the same where you are, but the lengths of the feathers are different. So what you need to do is pull off the feathers first of all from what holds it. This, like this bridal satin that was sewn to hold it. So you pull it off and arrange your feathers in order of heights as best as you can. I think mine finally came out to 2 batches. Now once you're done with that, it's time to place your feathers. Now what I started with first of all was the short ones, since I don't want my hand fan skeleton to be so wide and long. So I'm going to be putting the short ones at a certain distance, almost like 2 inches from the top. That's where I'm going to start, and as I'm placing it, I'll be checking first of all the feathers on it to ensure that all of them line up at the tip at the same location. Do you understand? So the curve is smooth, they're having the same height, none is shorter or longer than the other. Once you're done with the first layer, then you proceed with the second layer. When you're putting it, ensure that you're making it to follow the same line on a semicircle so that it looks symmetrical. You understand? If you can't do it with your hands, then use a compass to do the curves on where you're going to be placing them. Now if you want it to be fuller, as I said, you start closer to the top of the hand fan that you have, the skeleton that you have covered. If you want it to be not as full, you understand, to be shorter, also not as wide. When you put in the next layer, ensure that the tip covers up the part where you glued. Do you understand? So it looks very neat. You can see that at some point, to make sure that they still have the same length, I use my scissors and cut from the bottom of the feathers off. Okay, there's one other thing I noticed I didn't mention here, or I didn't show it while doing, and that's your feathers actually has a way they curve. They curve depending on how you place it, it will curve downwards or upwards. Now you want to place your feathers curving downwards. That's the way you place your feathers, so it has this form. If not, they would all be standing up sort of. So you place them, when you're gluing them, ensure you glue them curving downwards. Okay, so after you're done with that, the next thing you need to do is put your accessories as I'm doing, and you make use of uhu gum for these other stages. So keep watching and learning how we accessorize the feather hand. Now you want to ensure that when placing the trimming, it covers fully the bottom part that you were of the feathers that you last placed, and that it follows a curve, a very patterned curve. That's why I said you might need to use a compass to ensure that it goes very well, or you use the shape of the hand fan, because there's a part that curves, so you can decide to start your feathers above that thick white part so that you'll be able to follow the pattern fully. Then I did the same to the back as well. I placed feathers the same way, and I made use of the remaining accessory that we had to form a design at the back. if you love this hand fan, the design, and you gained value also while watching it on how to make a feather hand fan, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more handcraft designs for hand fan, bouquet, turban, mainly fascinators, do click the subscribe button. And if you don't want to miss anyone, ensure you click the bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And before you jump off, check out this next hand fan design, the DIY of this hand fan design.